Good evening. Welcome back to Hellhound's late night spook show here on the Horror and Metal channel. I'm Hellhound, and not long ago I made my top 10 favorite final girls video. Yeah, we looked at my favorite female protagonists in horror. So since we already talked about the heroines, let's go ahead and talk about my favorite male protagonists in horror. Yeah, these are going to be this is going to be Hellhound's top 10 horror heroes. Yeah, all the guys that fought back against the evils that opposed them. Alright, so number 10 is going to be Lefty Enright, played by Dennis Hopper from Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. Yeah, he's just a total badass, and I love the chainsaw duel between him and Leatherface at the end, and he's just a lot of fun to watch. Dennis Hopper is always great. So yeah, I had to include that, because yeah, he's just a riot, and has some really cool, lots of really cool moments as well, and lines too. So yeah, my 10th favorite horror hero, Lefty Enright, played by Dennis Hopper, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Number 9 is going to be Tommy Jarvis, played by Corey Feldman in Friday the 13th Final Chapter, John Shepard in Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, and Tom Matthews in Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, my favorite. Tom Matthews is my favorite Tommy. But yeah, pretty cool that we finally had a recurring character to face off against Jason, and his imposter, Roy. Yeah, Tommy's just great. Yeah, gotta love Tommy. So yeah, my 9th favorite is Tommy Jarvis, played by 3 different actors from the Friday the 13th series. I wish he would have been in more movies. Yeah, I wish he would come back. Wish to make another Jason movie and have Tommy return, preferably played by Tom Matthews or Corey Feldman. All right, number 8 is going to be both Charlie Brewster, played by William Ragsdale, and Peter Vincent, played by Roddy McDowall, from the 1985 horror classic Fright Night, my favorite vampire movie. Yeah, Peter Vincent's kind of a Van Helsing type character, or he played that type of character in several vampire movies, and he's now a horror host who shows his own movies on his TV show. And but in real life, he's kind of a coward, and he has to kind of find his courage to face off against these evil bloodsuckers in Fright Night 1 and 2. And Charlie's actually a little more brave and heroic, despite being, kind of an outcast. But yeah, they're both great, and so it's going to be a tie between Charlie and Peter Vincent from Fright Night, and Fright Night 2 for that matter. Alright, number 7 is going to have to be Detective Ray Cameron, played by the great Tom Atkins from Night of the Creeps. I despise this Blu-ray cover. There we go. That's more like it. Yeah, the good news is your dates are here. The bad news is they're dead. Yeah, thrill me, and it's Miller time. So many great lines. Yeah, Tom Atkins is always great, and this is my favorite role of his. He's such a badass. He's really funny, and he's just a blast to watch. He has so many awesome moments. And technically Jason Lively's character is the Chris. He's the main character, but I think Tom Atkins is far more memorable. He's just so cool, and like I said, yeah, this is my favorite role of his. Yeah, he's just great. Yeah, thrill me. He's got a tortured past, but that doesn't stop him from being a heroic action hero type. So yeah. Alright, what are we on? 6? This probably should be higher, but whatever. It's going to be R.J. McReady, played by Kurt Russell from John Carpenter's The Thing. Yeah, he's yet another awesome badass. Kurt Russell's always great. I think my favorite character of his is actually Snake Plissken from the Escape from New York movies, but those aren't really horror movies, so yeah, I'm going to go with The Thing. Yeah, he's great. Yeah, so many great lines, so many awesome moments. Yeah, he's just too cool. Would have been awesome to have seen a sequel with him returning, but oh well. Yeah. R.J. McReady, played by Kurt Russell from John Carpenter's The Thing. One of my all-time favorite horror heroes. Alright, we're down to the top 5 now. Yep. Alright, so number 5 is going to be Jeffrey Combs as Herbert West from Reanimator. I use the term hero loosely. He's kind of more of an anti-hero because he has some villainous tendencies. Yeah, he does, kill people. Usually people deserve it, but still, and he's the one who causes, he's, responsible for all the carnage that ensues in this movie. yeah, he's just awesome. He's cocky, he's egotistical, he's so obsessed, and he's kind of a nutcase too. But he's still brilliant. He's a genius. He's a mastermind, despite being kind of a sociopath. But he does end up fighting back and saving the day in the end. So I still consider him a hero, though. Like I said, more of an anti-hero. But regardless, Jeffrey Combs is always great, and Herbert West is my favorite character he's ever played, and Reanimator's an awesome movie. So had to include him on this list. Yep, Herbert West, my 5th favorite horror hero. Or anti-hero, rather. Alright, number 4 is going to have to be Van Helsing. Of course, from the Bram Stoker novel, Dracula. But specifically talking about the movie versions. A lot of great actors have played him. Of course, Edward Van Sloan, Laurence Olivier, Anthony Hopkins. But my favorite is definitely Peter Cushing from Horror Dracula and Brides of Dracula. Yeah, he's great. And he did return to the role playing a descendant of Van Helsing in Dracula AD 1972 as Satanic Rites of Dracula. Then he returned as the Van Helsing in Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires. But yeah, Van Helsing's great. And Peter Cushing is awesome as always. So yeah, Van Helsing is had to include him on somewhere in this list. Yeah, my 4th favorite horror hero. Always ready to do battles with the undead. Using stakes and crosses and holy water and sunlight. Yeah, he's great. Alright, what are we on now? 3? Yeah, number 3 is going to be Reggie Bannister from the Phantasm movies. Mike is cool too. I like him when he's a kid in this one, played by A. Michael Baldwin. Then I like him when he's an adult, played by James LeGros in Phantasm 2. Him and Reggie were both just badass in that movie. They were awesome. But in 3, 4, and 5, well, first of all, we don't see hardly any of him in 3. He has a very small part, and he's just kind of boring. I don't know. I think Reggie kind of steals the show at that point, and he becomes way more memorable, in my opinion. Yeah, his semi-Cuda and his quadruple barrel shotgun, his shaved head with a ponytail, his ice cream truck. Reggie's really, really freaking cool, and the actor playing him, Reggie Bannister, is always great, and he does a great job. I would love to see him and Ash team up. That'd be really cool. But yeah, Reggie Bannister from the Phantasm movies, played by Reggie Bannister. We don't really know what the character's last name is, but whatever, I'm just calling him Bannister. At least I don't think they ever mentioned it. But yeah, he's just as cool as the ice cream he sells. Yeah, always ready to do battle with the tall man and his silver spears and his little dwarf creatures. Yeah. Reggie. Great character. Some really funny one-liners, too. Alright, number 2 is going to be Dr. Sam Loomis, played by the great Donald Pleasence in the Halloween movie, specifically Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, he's great. He's kind of a Van Helsing type character. He's the only one who really knows how evil Michael Myers is and what he's capable of, and is just determined to keep him locked up, and then just decides to go ahead and try to kill him as well. And he gets more and more obsessed throughout the series, and has to be more creative when it comes to killing the unstoppable boogeyman, the Shape. But yeah, Donald Pleasence is always great, and Dr. Loomis has always been one of my favorite male protagonists in horror, so of course I had to include him. Rest in peace. So yeah. Alright, well anyway, before we get to the number 1 choice, let's go ahead and reveal some honorable mentions. I really like Sean McKinney, played by Robert Davi from Maniac Cop 2 and 3. Now, Bruce Campbell is in the first 2 movies, and Tom Atkins is in the first movie, and, they're always great, of course, but I feel like they're not quite as memorable in this series, and there's another reason, but it's a huge spoiler, so I won't give it away. If you've seen these movies, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's pretty much, Robert Davi's pretty much the hero of this series, even though he wasn't in the first one. Yeah, and he's just great. He's, always manages to come out victorious in his battles with the homicidal Matt Cordell, the Maniac Cop. And of course there's Andy Barclay in the Child's Play series, the poor young boy who's constantly forced to do battle with the killer doll Chucky. And also really like Mike Norris, played by Chris Sarandon from Fright Night in the first movie, of course. But yeah, Andy's cool in the first three, and then he's briefly in Curse of Chucky, and has a bigger part in Cult of Chucky and the Chucky TV series. So yeah, Andy's got to be an honorable mention. Then, of course, there's Dr. Henry Frankenstein, renamed from Victor from the novel, from Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, played by the late Colin Clive. The movie is made in the 30s. Obviously, he's gonna be gone. But yeah, he's great. I also really like Dr. Frankenstein, played by Peter Cushing in the Hammer movies. But it's a close one. But yeah, I really like Colin Clive. I really wish he could have been in more movies, but he sadly passed away shortly after Bride of Frankenstein. But yeah, he was great. You know, he kind of similar to Herbert West, very obsessive and kind of a little bit nutty for sure, you know, but very much so actually. But yeah, great character. And then of course we have Peter, played by Ken Foray, and George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. I guess I also could have included Ben from Night of the Living Dead, played by Dwayne Jones in the 1968 original, and the great Tony Todd in the 1990 remake. Yeah, they're great characters too. But yeah, Ken Foray is always great, and this is probably my favorite role. He's been in a lot of horror movies, and I think Dawn of the Dead is probably his best work. Yeah, so I don't know if Predator really counts as a horror movie, which is why I'm including it in the honorable mentions. It's kind of more of a sci-fi action kind of adventure too, a little bit. But I really think it has some elements of horror, so I figured I'd compromise just having the honorable mentions. If it counted as a horror movie, it'd undeniably be on the list, because Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course, is one of those badass action heroes ever, and his role here as Dutch is probably my second favorite Schwarzenegger character, next to, of course, the Terminator. But yeah, had to include at least as honorable mention. Yeah, Dutch, played by the great Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator. Next is a movie that's probably not a horror movie really at all. Again, it does have elements. Of course, an alien invasion is one of the scariest things we could think of. But yeah, it's going to be Nada. It's played by Roddy Piper from They Live. Yeah, I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. I'm all out of bubblegum. Yeah, he just kicks all kinds of ass, literally. And yeah, blows away those alien scumbags, especially in the bank scene. Yeah, he's just great. Yeah, very memorable character. And he doesn't really have an on-screen name. And the credits just refer to him as Nada, so that's what I'll call him. And I've heard his full name was George Nada, so who knows. But yeah, Roddy Piper's great, and really cool seeing him fighting aliens in They Live. And he was one of the inspirations for Duke Nukem, too, of course, which is cool. Also, Roger Cobb from the first House movie. Yeah, he's really cool. I like him a lot. I was rooting for him the whole way. The alien bounty hunter, Ugg, from the Critters movies. And I also like Charlie and Brad. Yeah, they're cool. But yeah, Ugg is pretty badass. Is the interstellar shape-shifting bounty hunter who's arrived on Earth to blow these hellish krites away. And he was in all 4 movies as well. Oh, yeah, the first 4. He wasn't in Cruise Attack, but whatever. Also, I really like Rick O'Connell, played by Brendan Fraser in The Mummy. I'm not a big fan of most other Brendan Fraser movies. He kind of always plays happy-go-lucky weenie who has really bad luck, and everybody's mean to him, and everything bad happens to him. I've never been a fan of that type of character. But the Mummy movies, I think he's a lot of fun, and he's kind of a badass as well. He's kind of similar to Indiana Jones. But yeah, he's just great in this movie. He kicks all kinds of undead Egyptian mummy ass. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, Rick O'Connell, Brendan Fraser. He's got to be an honorable mention. I love the Mummy movies. What can I say? Also, Dale Murphy from Wrong Turn 2, played by musician Henry Rollins. Yeah, he was great. A very similar character to Lefty Enright from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Yeah, once he finds out what's going on, he arms himself and takes on these hillbilly cannibals, and it becomes kind of a one-man army. Yeah, he's just great. Yeah, a pure badass. All right, that's enough for the honorable mentions. If I think of any more, I'll think of them. I'll list them in the description box below. But on to the number one choice, it's got to be Ash Williams, played by the great Bruce Campbell from the Evil Dead series. Oh yeah, love Ash. He's the best. He's the coolest. He's the most badass. He's the kind of the funniest. Especially when he becomes more of an action hero towards the end of Evil Dead 2. The transformation is complete. He becomes the chainsaw-armed, shotgun-toting, one-liner spitting, heroic badass. Always ready to do battle with the Deadites. Yeah. Love Ash. He's just too freaking cool. Yep. The Evil Dead series is awesome. And of course, he returned in the Ash vs. Evil Dead TV series. I've got that over there. He's been my number one favorite horror protagonist for pretty much ever since I first watched these movies. So, Ash is just too freaking cool. But the great Bruce Campbell. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed my video. Those are my top. Those are my favorite horror heroes. Like I said, if I think of any more, I'll list in the description. Hopefully, I didn't leave any out. But check the description just in case, and be sure to let me know what your favorite male protagonists in horror are in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching my late night spook show here on the Horror and Metal channel. I'm Hellhound. Until next time, later.